Welcome, trainers, to week 2 of the Pokemon Battle Federation Game of the Week video stream. I am again your host, Mike Mealy, and with me this week is the other co-founder of the PBF, Jeremy Temple. Jeremy, say something to the masses.
Well, I'm just so happy to be here, Michael. This has always been a passion of mine is Pokemon because there's nothing better in life than Pokemon. And I don't really want to talk. I think we should just let the game speak for himself. Who do we have here today?
Well, today we have on the left side of your screen, he's TBOB27 on Showdown, and he's TBOB27 in the PBF, Trevor Shorthouse. And on the right-hand side of the screen, a familiar face, Meow Kitty face on Showdown, Hartford Wailmers in the PBF, and Jeremy Temple sitting right next to me.
Yeah, so you had to build up the suspense there with the gap in between Meow Kitty Face and the Hartford Wailmers, right?
Now, Jeremy, I haven't seen this battle before, but you obviously have.
Right, I have because I'm in it, and I think there was a few mind games being played early on. As you can see, T-Bob, his little sprite there is kind of flexing, kind of pulling up his sleeve to just kind of show that he means business. And then me, on the other hand, I'm Meow Kitty Face. That's like kind of, you'd think that maybe I'm a little creepy cat person or, someone unassuming, but I mean, that's not the case as I think we're going to see. And I think we should just get to the game.
All right, now, Jeremy, we'll be taking this a little bit slower. Hopefully, you'll be able to give us some insight as to what you're thinking as the game is going on, so we can get into the mind of a real Pokemon trainer.
Of course.
All right, and with that, we'll start off the battle as we see Swampert and Starmie to lead off. Now, Jeremy, why'd you lead with Starmie?
Now, I figured that he would be starting out with a Swampert because Stealth Rocks is such a detriment to my team having the Charizard on there. So I figured that would be the obvious lead. So I wanted to counter with the Starmie, obviously with the grass not there, and it couldn't have worked out better.
And we see he answers with a Thundurus. Pretty obvious choice there. He's got the type advantage over you. And we see you switch out. Interesting to see, wonder what Thundurus will do here. Obviously, you would switch into your Blissey to take what has to be a special attack coming.
Right, you would think it was a special attack, but T-Bob makes an excellent play here and just goes to the knockoff. Not even remotely close to what I was expecting from a Thundurus. And as you see, that takes Blissey down to 35% and gets rid of the leftovers, which is just crucial to Blissey's survivability.
And of course, knockoff would have been a great choice against Starmie because that also would have been type coverage against Starmie's psychic type. And now we see Thundurus. That U-turn probably could have killed your Blissey, but it's a nice escape here.
Right, the U-turn I do believe would have killed Blissey. My Blissey at least does not have any special defense investment.
And now we see Cofagrigus, the MVP of last week's Battle of the Weeks. Jeremy, what was your strategy with dealing with an enemy that you knew would be tough in Cofagrigus?
Well, I just wanted to get rid of it. I knew that this Cofagrigus was going to be a very big detriment to my team, so I was perfectly fine with, setting up his Charizard and just going for the Flare Blitz and taking him out. I was perfectly willing to sacrifice my Mega to get rid of the Cofagrigus because I really feel that once he's gone, you can get through a team. And he takes that like an absolute champ.
He does. And you did sacrifice your Mega, and Cofagrigus is standing tall per usual. Now, we would have to expect a rest coming up here on your next turn. Were you thinking the same thing?
I don't really know what I was thinking. I was just kind of thinking, wow, it survived that.
And then, it survives it again. And
right.
Garchomp takes the Mummy ability, and as if you would have done your research and watched the video of the week last week, which you can find on our YouTube channel, PBF official video, everybody should subscribe this week. Cofagrigus rested up like we know he would.
Right. Even if I had that scouted, I think I would have made the same play. And in retrospect, obviously, it wasn't the correct play. But, we'll see how that really affects the game now. We got Starmie burned here, which is fine. Natural Cure, that's going to take care of it, no problem.
And now we see Roserade going for the type advantage yet again on a burned Starmie.
Right, and the Starmie is choice spec, so it's really necessary, I feel, for Starmie to have that extra boost. I didn't want to go with the Life Orb this game because I wanted that extra little firepower. But the Life Orb would have, I believe, Starmie's faster than Roserade.
I would have to believe so.
And the Psychic would have taken it out. But Blissey's going to take that like a champ, and I believe I'm going to soft boil.
Now, as we get a little bit of a stall battle here, Jeremy, are you worried that people can scout your entire team by listening to this video stream?
I think that's the part of what makes the PBF what it is that we have this accessibility. Because on one hand, you could say that they could scout me, but at the same time, I can scout everybody else. I mean, we post the weeks in review. Everybody sees everything, so really everything's open game. Everybody knows the rosters. But I think that's really what the beauty is and therefore you have to adapt.
And as we see this stall battle taking place, Kafagriga switches into an unfortunate knockoff. Now he switched out while he was sleeping, so the 2-turn rest resets, and Kafagrigas could be asleep for any amount of time here.
Right, now here we were just praying that it wasn't going to be a shadow ball.
And Starmie gets burned yet again. Sleep Talk landing on Will-O-Wisp this evening.
Yes, this evening.
Whoa! Big psychic out of Starmie. Did not see that coming for Kafagrigas.
Right, so you got to believe that he's got mostly physical defensive investment. I mean, it survived a, Dragon Dance Flare Blitz, but it's taken down at 56% from the psychic.
It also survived a stab knockoff for Mandibuzz. Granted, Mandibuzz does not have a lot of attack.
Right.
As we see Diggersby just getting out of there, taking as much damage as he deals out because of that Rocky helmet. Now, Jeremy, tell the people why your draft strategy focused so heavily on the walls. Well, taking Mandibuzz and Blissey 1-2.
Right. Now I think that's
as we see Blissey once again get hurt by that knockoff.
Right. I think a lot of it is just the kind of the style I play is to kind of throw some status around, slow their team down, and just pave the way for someone like a Garchomp with a Choice Scarf or a fast Starmie to just kind of come in and clean up.
And so far, that strategy is working out pretty well. As we see, it's currently 4-4. All competitors that are damaged are about the same, except for Latias, who hangs on by the skin of its teeth to that Dragon Claw, and it can't survive a second one. Jeremy, you have to be curious about that switch in by TBOB.
Yeah, I'm guessing it was a bulky Latias, and I think he may have been predicting the Stone Edge on the Thundurus. So that's why I feel that he did that switch, but fortunately it worked out for me, so I can't really make too many complaints about that.
And now we see the stop Mandibuzz. Now, Jeremy, your walls have been taken down. What are you thinking right now as Diggersby gets another kill?
I actually feel in pretty good shape here because Diggersby is at 35%. I think Thundurus is somewhere around 40.
And now Diggersby's at 0% after that another Dragon Claw by Garchomp.
Exactly. So I feel that it was time for them to kind of die, time for them to, take their little peaceful rest into the great beyond. Just because now that I can come in here with the guys I'm bringing in now. I was hoping for the sleep powder here to get the natural cure, and I believe I switch out, but I'm not entirely sure yet.
And you do switch out. Roserade probably going to be going for the Giga Drain on Keldeo. Let's see how hard it hits. No! Going instead for the spikes.
Right, an interesting play there, and actually...
Very interesting play.
What I was really hoping for there was the Giga Drain. Because I was totally fine with Keldeo dying. 100%.
And now Roserade, convinced that the spikes are going to work this late in the game. Very unorthodox strategy by TBOB, allowing himself to get Icy Winded to death, and he's now at half speed because of it. Oh, but that Giga Drain did hit as hard as we thought it would.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to expect Keldeo to be able to deal enough damage as we assume Roserade is going to go for a third round of spikes.
See, that's what you would think. That's what I thought.
But apparently,
no.
Another sleep powder. Roserade recognizing that Starmie has natural cure after it saw get its burn healed twice. And so Roserade going for the smart sleep powder there. And now Roserade resting. Didn't expect to see this one.
Big turning point in the battle, Peasley. And I think we're going to see how this turns out in part 2 because we're running out of time on this video.
That's true. We have learned, folks. This is part of our fixing the technical difficulties. So we will pause the video for a second as we see Thunder switch into Starmie. And we will stop the video before we get an awkward cut and pick up right where we left off. This part of the video. All right, we're back again, and we're going to hit the play button.
Seamless technology.
Hopefully, we'll be able to fix that in post as Starmie kills Thundurus with a Psychic, and now it is a 3-on-1 battle. Jeremy, you have the distinct advantage here.
Yeah, and I was fairly confident that Psychic would take out Roserade, and I was wrong.
You were wrong. We'll see how hard this Giga Drain hits. It does enough. Roserade still has life, but at 33% health, you have to expect it to be slower than Garchomp. And I would guess that we see a Garchomp Dragon Claw for the kill here.
Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna see. It was a very well fought battle, very close.
You have to wonder if the spikes were worth it, as we see Roserade succumbing to another Dragon Claw kill, and Jeremy, you took down the victory.
Yeah, I think it was a great game. Happy it was to be featured as the game of the week, and I'm looking forward to our next game up. So I guess we'll see you then.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Jeremy and I will have another video up for week 2. That will feature 2 competitors from the Blue Conference. Don't forget to look up the YouTube channel. It is on our Facebook page. Please like the videos. Please subscribe to the videos. Leave a comment, but only if it's nice. And we'll see you for Game 2 of Week 2, PBF Game of the Week.